So we are very happy to have Miguel Rodriguez and Devin Former, who Miguel has previously been on our show. And can you guys please both introduce yourselves?
Hi everybody. My name is Miguel Rodriguez. Thanks for having me back, guys. It's really fun. It's gonna be a good time. Yeah.
I'm Devin Former. Do you want wait? Hi.
So Devin is actually an actor who's participated. I'm sure you're not just an actor. You help Miguel out with.
I'm an actor. I write, I direct. I kind of similar to him. Just that's why we kick it off so well, because we both kind of do everything.
Okay.
Awesome.
Thank you guys so much for introducing yourselves. We are so excited to learn more about your upcoming projects and your film that came out today, The Man in the Mask. Yep. Before we get into our discussion on the film, I would like to ask you guys, what's your favorite musical artist or director who inspires you?
You want to go first?
Musical artist or director?
Can we say
or director? Which both or one?
My favorite director that inspires me, I guess, is Quentin Tarantino.
Yeah,
because his movies are just great. I
just saw Kill Bill for the first time.
He showed me Kill Bill yesterday, and that's a great movie. Yeah. And then I've seen Pulp Fiction and Django.
Django's really good.
One of my favorite movies ever, and I'm gonna make a western because of it. I want to make a western movie because of that movie. So I would say Quentin Tarantino.
It's a great choice.
Yeah. It's if I had to pick a musical artist, so just because I do work on music, but it's not that out or anything. But Kendrick Lamar is Kendrick Lamar and Eminem, because they just are so not afraid to just try stuff. You know what I mean?
He's the GOAT.
Yeah,
Kendrick Lamar's the GOAT. Yeah,
they just don't care what anyone thinks, and they're just willing to try anything. And that's kind of how I want to emulate everything. I have no training as an actor or anything. I just was sure, I'll do it. And then luckily I have people who can let me try stuff. But two big artists if I was going to answer as a musical artist. But
that's awesome.
Yeah. Javier, what's yours?
It's got to be JPEG Mafia. I don't know if you guys have heard JPEG Mafia.
I am not.
I've been following him since. I've been following him since I was a freshman in high school. And his story is really inspiring.
Is he a director or?
No, he's a musical artist. I really love experimental hip hop. He's kind of the granddaddy of all that. I'm gonna watch him live this year, so I'm really excited. But definitely, if you're into really weird hip hop and just super crazy beats, definitely JPEG Mafia is the guy.
He has a song with Flume that's fire. I don't know what it's called.
Yeah,
it's really good. Yeah,
I know which one you're talking about. I forget the name too, but it's good.
The album is Yellow or whatever.
Yeah, but amazing artists. How about you, Kim?
I don't actually know. Someone who inspires me, I'm not really sure. But I do like Eminem.
Thank you.
I can say that. Okay. I really like
What's
his
your favorite
music.
Eminem song?
I was going to say Not Afraid.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Good song. Yeah.
And then he mentioned Not Afraid, and then the song just started playing in my head.
Yeah.
But that's my favorite one. So thank you guys both for telling the audience a little more about yourselves. And now we will be switching to our first topic about Miguel's film, The Man in the Mask, whose the main character is Devin, who we have here. And my first question for Miguel is, what made you decide to make this film?
Well, me and Devin actually, was it December last year?
December. I don't know what you're gonna say, but yes, I assume
the hide and seek game.
Oh yeah, December. Yeah.
So last year in 2021 in December, we had a little holiday party with our friend. Shout out to Alex, and
Plugs.
We were playing Plugs, and we were playing hide and seek outside, and it was dark, it was pitch black. It was December, and me and Devin, I'm not gonna get through the whole story, but something really creepy happened to us. This random lady just started talking. It was this. We didn't even know what she looked like. She was just standing a good 20 feet away, and she was just staring at us. And we know she was looking at us, but it was in the shadow. So we didn't actually see what she looked like. That's what I mean. Me and Devin were just standing there, and she was like, "Do you guys need something?" And we were like, "No, we're just walking by." She's like, "Do you guys need something?" And we were like, "Yeah, no."
Creepy.
So then what ended up happening was I got really creeped out about it, and I thought I'm gonna make a short film called Hide and Seek. And then that one came out, and
I remember that one.
On Valentine's Day this year, and that's where I got the inspiration for that. Then we made the sequel to that called Black and Red, which follows a character that was in Hide and Seek that survived, which spoilers, but survived. And sorry, and when we got to that one, I was gonna just leave it at 2 because I did a cliffhanger ending on Black and Red. Have you guys seen it? And then I had an idea. I was talking to him about it because he helps me like write and everything. And I was like, Devin, we should totally make a third one. Why not? Let's do a trilogy. He's like, I mean, if you want to. I was like, but help me with something. Let's think of something. He's like, I mean, I was like, I kind of want to do one about the killer that killed all the guys. And
Yeah,
everything.
and
he was like, yeah.
I wasn't even like when we finished Black and Red. I wasn't even because usually like we live together now. We talk about we have so many ideas like what our next 10 projects are going to be. So it's like we finished Black and Red. We thought we were going to go into something else, and he was like, "Wait, Devin, I kind of want you to be the star of one." I was like, "Okay." And I mean, I was just like, I guess. I mean, I was like, sure, I'm not being rude.
And then so then he was like, "Okay, cool. I'm there, man. Whatever you need." I was like, "Okay, cool." So then I was like, "Let me just think of something." And when I was thinking about it, I came up with an idea of. Because if it was just about the killer, it would kind of be boring. You would just be following him around. He's killing people. Yeah. So what I thought of was, you ever seen the movie Split? No. It's
who directed it?
I forget
M. Night Shyamalan.
There you go, M. Night Shyamalan.
Yeah.
Oh, M. Night Shyamalan.
Yeah, and it's about this guy that has different personalities, and he.
Oh, so you were onto something, Kim? About the
Oh yeah, because I was one of my question was that is the main character, does he have a multiple personality disorder?
There you go. So that's where I got that idea. I thought it would be very interesting to dive into the world of people who have like 2 different personalities or more like
I've seen Split.
Yeah, so that's where I got that idea, and then from then on, I wrote most of it. He helped me out with like other stuff, and then we just started directing and did the whole thing. So.
Oh wow!
And we finished it last Saturday, and then we released it today. So
I wanted to just say more about it. Is that I really loved it. I think you guys did a really good job.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Unfortunately, I haven't watched the last 2 in the trilogy.
Which
so
is
I just
fine, yeah.
But I think as a standalone film, it was pretty good.
That's what we like to hear.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I thought it was its own film.
Yeah, me
when I
too.
watched it.
Perfect. Well, you're gonna like it even more.
That's like a big fear.
Yeah, so I guess we just started backwards, you know. But
it's all good.
You did that with Domino too, so it's okay.
Yeah, you did. You watched Domino first, but that's like
we watched Domino first, and then but I wanted to actually compare that from Domino to The Man in the Mask, is that it's so like I could tell you guys have been really improving with the editing, especially the pacing too. I think the pacing in Man in the Mask was a lot better compared to when I was watching Domino.
Yeah, we would agree with that.
We would agree.
Yeah, and that's just something that just you get better at as time goes on, right? And then also I wanted to ask, like, how was it? The whole makeup on you, with the blood. And, how was that about?
Yeah, so
huge
shout out
about her, and then I'll say my experience with the makeup.
Okay, cool. Yeah, because you had the makeup applied, so that's good. So huge shout out to Anna Isert. Big shout out. We met her through a friend, and she's really good at like not special effects, makeup in general. With like she does role plays also, like what is it? Cosplay. My bad.
Cosplay. Yeah.
Awesome. And so she already has experience with that, and she knows how to do wigs and everything. We didn't do wigs obviously in this one, but you wouldn't know actually. But you actually wouldn't know.
We didn't though.
We didn't.
Everything was real.
And so I asked her if she would like to work on this film with us, and I told her the intro, which if you guys have seen it, it's actually Marcus right after he. Something happened in the last movie. That's why he wakes up and he's all bloody, because he actually got beat up with a baseball bat. And I read her that, and she immediately was like, "Let's try it." And then she did the makeup for that just that day, and it looked great. And then from then on, I was like, "Okay, this is gonna be great." And she just started. She brought like all her stuff. She had a backpack full of her things. What was the thing
it was
the thing she put against you.
Because the whole movie takes place over how many days? Probably Man in the Mask. Like what?
2.
It takes place over like 2 days. So it was. The good thing about like doing a movie where you have makeup, like a lot of makeup effects, and you have to do, what happened exactly in Black and Red. We know how I got hit, everything. So it was like Miguel knew exactly what to tell her, like where my face was messed up.
Exactly.
And she even brought something to the table which we didn't expect. So she has this thing called scar wax, and I think I don't want to say it's wrong like, because if she sees it, she's gonna get mad at me. But I think it's like Vaseline and something else.
I've done that before.
Yeah, it's like a mixture of Vaseline
like
and it's
Halloween.
Like it looks like really like clear Play-Doh. It's crazy. And so like she was so meticulous. Like when I wake up, the intro. That's right after. So she wanted to make it look like it had been recently cut. So that's why there's like just scar mask. It's more just straight up red, like just blood. You know what I mean? And then like you don't see me till the next day. And then like she was like, oh, how should I do it? Like green and blue, because it was starting to bruise over
Yeah,
here
yeah.
and
So
stuff.
she
like,
did it accurately to how a bruise or a
Yeah.
cut would look like. So like that's why you see a cut on his nose. It was a cut, but now it's a scab.
Yeah,
So that's why
yeah.
it's purple and like
Yeah.
dry. And yeah.
So she was super, and that was the first time I had ever. Well, I had makeup on my face, I don't know how. I'm sorry. How
You're
long
good.
ago, but for a movie where I had to have makeup the whole thing, because a lot of time, you have a makeup effect. A movie takes place over 6 months or whatever. You have a makeup effect, and your character is fine the next week or whatever. But this was like 2 days, so it had to be every single
time we were filming, she had to be there to apply it every single time.
Yeah. So
Was it easy to take off?
Oh,
I mean,
absolutely.
for
the most part.
funny, like in Black and Red, something happens to my hand. I don't want to spoil it, obviously, but something happens to my hand. So I don't know if you noticed, but I had
Oh, yeah,
gauze
you
on my
had,
hand.
yeah.
Yeah, you see the- yeah.
So she put gauze on my hand, and then she put the fake blood on top of the gauze,
And then he-
wrapped it again, and
He just went.
and I have to do this and everything. And the fake blood we use is a really good fake blood, so it gets out and everything. But because it was like so pressed into my hand, I had a red line like this across my hand
Oh.
for like a week and a half. Yeah, but and like I said, I'm happy we found somebody who like takes it. She's very meticulous with. Like she was like, oh, it would be more green this day, and we were like, oh, okay.
And she takes
Sure.
it very serious, which we very much
Yeah,
appreciate.
so and it was fun. Like we have so many photos of me just sitting
Oh
in the
yeah,
chair, just like
so many pictures of Devin just sitting
Yeah.
there, like, and then just all the makeup
All the
being
makeup.
applied and stuff. Yeah.
So that was my personal experience, but there was a
Yeah.
lot of other makeup in the movie too, like the
Yeah.
nightmare sequence and
The
everything.
nightmare sequence. If you guys saw that,
That was awesome.
Yeah, that- she
when
did that too.
everyone had like
Absolutely.
that one
Did she do that makeup
all
as
of
well?
Absolutely, yeah.
She did all of it?
She did all of it.
Oh.
Yeah.
very talented. What's her name
Yeah,
again?
yeah.
Her name is Anna Izard.
All right, well,
She's
shout out to
great.
Anna
Yeah,
Iser.
yeah.
She did awesome.
She's
Yeah.
she's great, and we're gonna work with her a lot in the future.
Yeah, absolutely. So
Yeah,
it's gonna be good.
Yeah, she seems like a good person. Like I remember when I was watching the scene of like when they were all like coming
the
around
nightmare?
him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
beating me up. Yeah,
It looks so real. I was
Yeah,
like,
that was
what
really
is
well
that?
did it.
that was a fun day. We were just there for like 4 hours, and she was just doing each person's individual makeup. And if
It
you
took her
notice-
4 hours to do
Yeah,
it.
It took her
Because
a little longer actually.
maybe
Oh,
4.5,
wow.
Yeah,
About 4.5.
because like there was,
was
like
like 6
throat
people.
slit. Oh, I don't want to spoil anything, but there was like a bunch of different stuff. It was variations, and she used scar mask. And like the good thing was she didn't have to do my makeup that day. It was a nightmare sequence, so
Yeah,
I
he
had
didn't
no
have to
makeup
have
that
his
day.
actual.
Yeah, have to do
makeup.
any of
yeah.
that.
But it still
Cool.
took her 4.5.
Yeah.
But
Oh, okay.
yeah, no, I'm happy. Even when I saw it, even though I saw it on the day when I saw it in the movie, I was like, oh god, that's
Yeah,
that's
it looks
terrifying.
I was editing it. I think when I was editing it, I put the filters on it. I was like, ooh.
You're like nasty.
It'd be the same.
Mm-hmm.
So without like spoiling like anything, I mean, if you can, your best, can you explain who your character is?
Sure. So my character's name is Marcus. I don't think we ever gave him a last name. Maybe we did. Maybe you would know.
I think
didn't
it's
know.
Williams.
Oh yeah,
Marcus Williams. There we go.
There, I should know.
I feel like that's a really, I've heard probably that name before.
Yeah, I think that's an NBA player. I don't know.
For real?
But he was born and raised in an abusive family, and we did. I mean, even though he did a lot of research too, just on my own, I did some research, and a lot of the time that kind of like dissociative personality. I don't even know if I'm saying that right. Disorder and
Identity
everything. Identity disorder.
It's both. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
well,
both.
yeah. It comes
Yeah.
from like it's kind of a defense mechanism that the brain creates because of like trauma and
The
stuff.
situation.
Yeah, the situation. So there was a lot of abuse from his family. He was growing up with a single mother and a few brothers or whatever, and there was a lot of abuse or whatever. And so he went to elementary school and middle school, and in 7th grade, he got taken out of middle school and got put into his institution because he was diagnosed with like he was super young, obviously, and he got schizophrenia. So he went to an institution, and that's why Diego, who's the character in the movie played by Jesse, shout out.
Shout out to Jesse.
That's why he knows me because we went to middle school together.
Yeah.
So he was like, bro, and that's why he cares about me so much because we
Yeah.
were best friends throughout elementary school
And then he
middle
just
school, and then
disappears.
out of nowhere I'm gone in the institution, and yeah, so and then I get out of the I think I was good and they let me out when I was 18, and then I just had nowhere to go, and that's
Yeah.
why I have the little camp set up.
Yeah.
That's why he's homeless. Yeah.
So I actually had a question. So was this backstory for Marcus in the other films?
No, that's the thing. It was because that's
You
why
guys should make
Yeah,
a
you guys should do a
backstory
backstory.
on that.
Oh,
I feel like that would be
Prequel?
very interesting.
Prequel would be kind of fire.
It was because, like I said, in the first two, it was just hide and seek. Because the idea going in for hide and seek was Devin. He wanted me to be one of the kids in it, actually, but he was like, I don't know anyone as tall and as big as you.
Yeah, that
so
would
you
look
can do,
scary.
Yeah,
You know, like play a Jason or a Michael Myers kind of thing. And I was like, I mean, I guess I'm sure I'll do it. And it was really fun because I talk so much, as you can tell. So it's fun to do something nonverbal and try to like bring the character out through the physicality. And that's why like there's certain moments in like hide and seek and Black and Red where like I smell a knife or like I walk by flowers while I'm trying to kill somebody, and I start petting the flowers and stuff. So it's like and that wasn't even like in the script. It was just stuff stuff I kind of like tried to make for the backstory, just because like when you are playing a non-dialogue character, you want to kind of do your best to create that dialogue in your brain. You know what I mean? So
Gotcha.
yeah, but that wasn't in any of the. So because it was just Devin, we need you to play just the killer in hide and seek in black and red, and then he was like, "Oh, we want you to be in the third one," and I was like, "Oh crap, we got to make up a."
Yeah.
Like I don't even think we knew he was going to be, schizophrenic or any of that.
None of that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't notice the schizophrenia. I just noted the multiple personality
Yeah,
disorder.
I think I think the schizophrenia was more just like the way I kind of saw it was something that he kind of got over. That's why they let him out, because it was like Marcus could kind of push the man away enough through the treatment, so that's why he was let out. And then he got out and he was like, I don't know where I am, I don't know what I'm doing. And the man kind of came back, and that's why he had to start killing people and all that stuff. Yeah, because he's only 18. He had just he had, the way I see it is like he just got out of the institution like a few months ago, like recently. You know what I mean? That's why.
Gotcha.
I love that backstory.
Yeah, that's a really great. That clears up so much now. Like I need to rewatch the film.
Yeah.
knowing this information.
Yeah.
I also like movies that like it's like scattered, and then you gotta like rewatch it again.
Yeah.
To watch them in order.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I like this type of movies too.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
How long did filming take for this one?
I think we started in late May, right?
Yeah.
Late May.
Hide and seek was pretty fast.
Hide and seek was
Domino
quick.
in December and
Released it in December.
And then he was like, he took like a 3-week break, and he was like, oh, let me write. I think it took you like what 3 weeks, like 2 weeks to write the script for Hide and Seek.
Yeah, maybe
It was
less.
really fast.
It was super fast.
Wow.
And then we started shooting like in late May, kind of around my sister's birthday, like the 31st, 30th, around there.
Yeah.
And then after that, we just kept shooting throughout the whole, and it kind of delayed us because I actually had to go on a trip in June. Was it June?
Yeah.
And then we also were worried about the makeup thing because Anna was busy doing some other stuff also. And then when we all got back together, I was like, okay, cool, let's get going. And then we cranked it out, finished last Saturday. Yeah.
So
And
probably
So it took you like
because it was
3
like the
months.
end of May, and it was like
3 months. Like, no,
3 months.
2 months. 2 months. Yeah.
2.
Yeah, I was gonna say 2.
2 months.
Yeah. And I'm happy we got it.
That is
That's a
yeah.
short amount of time, actually.
50
For 50 minutes.
Yeah.
I mean,
For a 55
Domino
minute
was 2
film,
hours
yeah.
and
Domino was
52,
2 hours and
53, yeah.
4 months.
Yeah, 4 months.
Yeah.
So how do you guys cast the actors? like I know that you're friends, but do you not want to involve other people, or like how does that work?
No,
you know?
you're good. So basically, how I do it, and he can agree with me on this. I already know. We don't really like when you cast an actual actor. You have to go on this on a website or any website. We usually use Backstage, right?
Yeah.
And you either let them know right off the bat that you're not going to pay them, and it's just for like experience. Usually, that immediately goes, they might not want to read your script now, right?
Yeah.
But if you tell them, oh, you're going to get paid, they go, okay, cool, can I see it? Then they want to see it, and then they want to work with you.
Yeah.
So the only way that we could, get stuff done, we just asked our friends. We were like, hey, do you want to be in something real quick? He's like, and our friends are like, sure.
Yeah.
And then they jump in and they read it. They're like, oh, wow. And they're like, I have to do that? I'm like, yeah, you'll be fine. And then they do it. And
It's often purely out of necessity. Of just like,
necessity.
we don't have money. We're trying to,
low
like
budget.
we just trying to start a career.
Start
at this
a career,
point. So it's like
for sure.
So
it's
we-
kind of just like
Very, very low budget.
like he said this last time, but we're lucky we have a group of friends who, and like you said, not everyone's a great actor, so we still are friends with some people, but we've kind of weeded them out.
All right.
If you're watching this, don't.
Yeah, no offense.
Nothing
You guys are
personal.
awesome.
Nothing personal.
But
be
the thing is, we appreciate like the fact that they do it at all, whether they suck or not. Like
the fact that they just
are
put themselves out
willing-
like that
Yeah.
is insane. It's that's why
like
I always tell
there's
them,
people
look,
who like. And there's so many people that we've had who like say they want to act and then they act and they're like, oh, you want to act? And they're like, no. So it's
they're always like, oh, I want to do it, and then you're like, here's the script. They're like, never mind.
It's
I'm
a
like,
scary, as an actor, it's a scary thing. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, I was, even though I've done it for three years now, so it's like, but Man in the Mask was still scary. You know, what I mean? Every role is like nerve wracking. So it's like every time we get somebody to be like, sure, I'll do it. And
we're always like, yes.
and you've seen our stuff. There's a lot of. It's not like they're just walking and talking. There's a lot.
There's a lot of
layers to it. Yeah.
There's layers.
and
There's
dialogue and stuff. So it's it takes a lot of effort. Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah, because I wanted to mention too. So, a really great resource I think is like reaching out to theater kids.
Yeah. We've done
yeah.
that a lot. I did that for COM. We went to the COM or theater program and the Dominican theater program for my feature Bus 233. And
Yeah.
But the one thing we noticed is like I think also we like to use our friends a lot because
You just know
You
them
guys
more.
know each other.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and it's
you're not.
also
We're a
like-
little bit more comfortable.
You
Exactly.
tend- like one of the hardest things for movies is chemistry. That's like the most
Yeah.
important thing. Like you could have a couple that's married for 30 years, and if they don't have chemistry on screen, you'd be like, oh, they just met 5 years ago.
Yeah.
So it's like the fact that we knew already, like, oh, I talk to this person like this normally, so on a movie it'll be easy. You know what I mean? Yeah. So
So how can others be a part of it? Like if someone who's watching, it's
Yeah, how
like,
can they
oh,
reach
this
out
is
to you?
interesting.
DM us immediately. That's
DM.
all I gotta do. Yeah, just
Yeah.
DM it. If you ever just want to be a part of one of the films, you can just reach out to us.
Yeah,
We're always
reach out
looking
to
for
us.
new people. We
Yeah.
really don't mind.
We ask all the time.
We ask people
I
all
ask,
the time anyway,
like-
so it doesn't matter. So if you want to
Yeah.
just try something new, you could always just. Devin has an Instagram also, Uncle
Yeah.
Schmeezy, whatever.
Yeah, just
And-
plug them
yeah.
in right
Yeah, MR
now.
Studios is my
Studios,
movie
it's-
account.
it's
So you
on
could
my
DM me.
hoodie.
You could DM me
It's
on
on my
there.
hoodie.
It's on his hoodie. There you go.
M.R. Studios. Yeah.
And you could DM me on there and just tell me, hey, I would like to maybe help you out in a movie or be in it or anything
Yeah.
like that. And
We're always looking, even if we don't have a project that we're working on, just to know that,
we have help. Like
yeah,
people who
someone's
wanna
like,
help
oh, sure,
or
yeah.
be in it or anything.
You know, and also I think both of us are going to be really excited to the point where we can start paying actors because we really like doing the indie kind of run and gun stuff. So the point where we can start, because right now we kind of just pay our actors in food.
that's
you know,
literally their payment. But they're
food
cool.
and
They're like
gas
we
is like
because they
what
know
we
they're
pay
not gonna
actors
get
right
paid
now.
yet.
Yeah.
So they're like, when's
Yeah.
lunch? I'm like, let's go right now, and then we just go.
Yeah,
get
yeah.
lunch.
So you know, yeah, like you said, if anyone's interested, like literally, I just met 2 girls today that were just like, oh, you make movies? I was like, sure. And they were like, I was like, here's my phone number and here's
Yeah,
my
at work?
Instagram. And they were like, yeah, at work. And
Yeah,
they were just
they-
like,
yeah.
sure.
Was that today?
That was today, yeah.
Where?
I work at A&W on the side. Yeah, yeah. So.
Oh, the A&W near
Literally,
the
yeah, right
McDonald's?
there. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
sick.
So,
So you probably know Sharice? Do you remember a
Yeah.
girl named Sharice?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
yeah, so like I said,
It's awesome.
we just
Small world.
I feel like I've kind of one thing we've talked about and we've both gotten better at through this is like the work. I'm like, if I'd rather ask and get a no than not ask at all. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
'cause then
Like,
you never
that's
know.
why
Yeah.
you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. So it's
Exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
like, this part, like every actor ever is just a chance. You know what I mean? You know,
Absolutely.
so it's like
Have you guys tried entering to any film festivals or
We,
are you
I
guys
have.
working towards that?
Yeah. He definitely has. I
Yeah.
personally haven't, only because there's one big issue with my old stuff is all the music is copyrighted.
yeah.
I used copyrighted music, which
Yeah.
I knew I was using it, and I knew what was gonna happen because of it. So I was willing to take that risk though. I was like,
Yeah.
I'll do that and just not be able to submit them. Now, Hide and Seek was the first one I scored with my own music. I made the music.
Killed.
The Man in the Mask music. I made the music. Everything.
Oh, I was gonna
That's-
ask
I
you
was about to
that.
ask that
Anything
too.
you hear in there,
Killed
like
it.
I scored all of it. I
Yeah.
made it in GarageBand too, which is insane.
GarageBand
I just
on an
did it
iPad, bro.
On an iPad, yeah.
Yeah.
So
Oh, wow.
That's so awesome.
Yeah.
So I'm really into production, and I was watching when I was watching the film. I thought you guys did a great job of creating that synth, like that bass
Yeah.
synth,
Yeah,
that goes,
you did a really
throughout
good
the
job.
throughout the film. I was like, oh, that really works during those scenes. So wow, props to you for
Thank
making
you.
that
I
on
appreciate
GarageBand
Yeah.
on an iPad. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, so moving forward, you're gonna start
Yeah.
basically making
Absolutely,
the
yeah.
soundtrack.
So yeah,
this
so
one is-
submitting, yeah. So
Yeah.
my point is, I can't submit any of the older ones, but I can submit Hide and Seek, Black
Yeah.
and Red, The Man in
Yeah.
the Mask, which I'm gonna do because it's my own music. I can't get in trouble for it, and my own logos in the front of it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So it's all mine, so no one can take it from me. And
Yeah.
that's always a thing that I struggled with earlier, and
Yeah.
now I will be submitting. But he
Yeah,
probably
and
knows
for
more
my
about that.
feature, but which we just finished filming like 3 weeks ago, and we had been filming it for a year. We started July 1st of 2021.
Oh wow.
And I've submitted it to like 3. So I guess I submitted to like the Miami Jewish Festival and like I don't remember what it's called. I think it's called New Black Filmmakers Festival, and I don't remember what the other one was called. But yeah, you know, and it's not even done editing, but I submitted like a edited just enough version. So because the good thing is they don't show the version you send, you can still change stuff. So
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That makes things so
so I was
much-
like, if I
yeah.
send the version I have now that's not even done, and they're like, yes, I'm like, anyone who says anything wrong about it, I don't care. It's good. No, I'm
Yeah.
just kidding. But yeah. So yeah, like you said, we're just from now on, we're kind of because like I said, I feel like from everything we did up until Domino was, and you're gonna agree with this, was experience building. Everything is
Yeah.
experience building, but from Domino, when we released Domino on, it's been career building. You know what I mean? It's been like we're trying to actually do this. So
Yeah.
so everything was more just like, let's just try to do stuff. And now I would say Streets even, but from Domino on, it's really like, we're like actually like, you know,
Yeah.
like really putting we always did that, but we're putting everything in we can.
Yeah, into making the,
because we both love to do it so much.
Yeah,
this is like
it's
what
like-
we want to do for the rest of
yeah,
our lives. So
exactly.
Yeah. And I think it's awesome that you guys are starting off so like you can see your progress throughout the films.
Yeah.
Like you guys were saying.
Definitely.
Are you guys still using an iPhone to record? Or are you guys...
We in 2019, which is crazy to say, Robert. Wow,
That-
that's when I
yeah.
started. I used an iPhone 7, and I edited on the iPhone 7 too, and I released it.
crazy.
Yeah, it was
That's
crazy,
so crazy.
And then
That was-
after that, right around like early 2020, before COVID hit, like around January or like February, I started using my phone now, the 11, and it's like dead now because of it. But from then on, I just filmed with that, and then I got the iPad. What was it like 2021? Like
I think it's like the iPad 2021. Like
yeah, and then I got my mom gave me the iPad, and I started airdropping stuff onto there, and that's how I started editing most of them.
Oh.
and
we're
then
still filming on the phone at that
yeah,
time.
we were still filming on the phone though. And then we got to hide and seek, and I was like, Devin was like, "You want to try using my camera?" I was like, I was very nervous because I didn't know anything about
Experience,
cameras.
yeah.
I had no experience, but then I didn't have experience when I did Robert, my first film. So just jump in. So he gave it to me. I was like, let's try it. And then I did it. And then now we're using this
Yeah,
camera.
and again,
the
it
whole
was
time.
like also like the actor thing. It was kind of also out of necessity. It was like he always wanted to use my camera, but he was really nervous. But it was like we're doing a movie where you saw hide and seek. The whole movie's at night.
Yeah.
Everything's at night.
That's
so
what
it's
I
like,
Do
was-
not film that on the phone.
so
Oh
it's
yeah,
like,
and the
exact-
phone
No.
doesn't pick it
iPhone
up
ISO
well.
can only go that far. So it's like-
Exactly.
and luckily he has an app that can do pretty good, but he was like, my camera has a really good ISO and aperture and everything. So it's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
he was like, let's just do it. And he, like I said, he was nervous about, and I was like, dog, you made 14 movies with a phone and you held it steady and it looks fine. You're going to be fine. And it's like, that's kind of like a mentality. Like he said, he didn't know anything about cameras. And it's like, every movie, we never know what we're doing, but we kind of know what we're doing. So you just jump in.
so you
You
just
know what I
jump
mean?
in.
Yeah. And
And now he tells me this all the time, and I'm like, I really appreciate him for it. He says he trusts me out of everybody with the camera.
Yeah.
For anything he's gonna work on, he wants me on camera.
Yeah.
Like for the most part. Like because
Yeah.
I mastered like the rack focus basically.
oh yeah, it's ridiculous. Steady hands like crazy.
Yeah.
Clint Eastwood
so it's
steady
like
hands, bro.
Yeah. So it's like I really appreciate him complimenting me all the time, and it's
Yeah.
like. I mean, I worked for it. I mean, it took me a minute, but
Yeah, like you said, I don't think he had ever filmed. Well, he started shooting because we started shooting mine on my camera July of 2021. So that was the first time he had used a camera, but still, it was like I would go behind camera, set aperture, focus, everything.
yeah. And then he would just hand it to me.
and
I'd
he
be
would
like,
hand
okay,
it to
cool.
him, and he would still move it and everything. But it wasn't until hide and seek where it was in Miguel's hands. Miguel come up with what to do.
Yeah.
That he was like, oh okay.
I was like, oh, okay.
It's like it was
And
like
then I had
here's
to,
my
like,
camera.
fix it.
Yeah.
How
put
do
it
you-
how-
yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, like, I mean, I was in the same position because I've had to record video for some things that for our organization.
Yeah.
And it was my first time like buying like an actual camera, right?
Yeah.
But learning about aperture, ISO,
Yeah.
and also using lens filters.
Yeah.
To
Yeah.
not let the sun
Yeah.
like
sunglasses for-
basically.
Sunglasses for the camera.
Such a game changer.
For
And
real,
it's a lot of fun to learn that.
Yeah,
Super fun.
it's really
Super
like
fun.
camera stuff. I feel like audio stuff is the stuff that I'm scared of, and I know it's like kind of your thing.
That's
but
that's
yeah,
not-
that's
that's
the
what I'm
stuff
all
that,
about.
Like looking at some of the software, it freaks me out. So it's like,
Hey
that's
man,
why-
if you
I mean,
want,
That's how I feel
Yeah.
too. Have
Like-
you ever tried to show me some of the things, and I'm just like, I don't know.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
how you-
yeah. Well, I've been
Yeah.
working with audio for 4 years.
Yeah, so you're-
that's why I was like going into the camera. I was also scared.
Yeah.
I feel that that's so interesting that when just fear can like cause you to not want to do
Yeah,
something
exactly.
for so
Yeah.
much. Like it's
Yeah.
just conquering that fear, right?
Yeah, just
yeah.
But once you actually grab it and you take the time to actually learn everything, it's not that scary, and you start building it.
Yeah,
a
yeah.
lot of confidence
experience.
and experience, and then honestly, if you know how to do video, audio, all of that,
good.
you're a powerhouse.
Yeah, yeah.
You're a
I mean, like I
complete
said,
powerhouse.
It's just trying it. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just give it a try.
Man,
If the
over
worst thing
time.
you can do is fail, it's like you're fine.
At
Like
least
you're fine.
if you're gonna be alive and safe and you're not gonna hurt yourself, like you're fine. You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like
Exactly.
trying to learn a camera isn't gonna, it's not gonna
Yeah.
burn your hand. Like you'll be fine.
you'll be fine.
So just giving it a try is the best
Yeah,
thing
exactly.
you can do.
I had a question. I know like your goal in filming is to make a career out of it, but what is your goal like to the people who are watching the film? Like, do you have a goal to it or no?
like, is there a message?
Yeah,
there
like
a
a
message?
message.
That's
I mean,
a tough one.
that is a very tough question. Actually, that's a great question. I can't think of an exact message
I
like
think-
of this one or just any of them.
Any of them.
Oh, I mean,
Doesn't matter.
sometimes they have messages. I mean, obviously we like to put in like life stuff that like we've learned and like
Yeah.
like lessons of life that we've learned into our films.
Yeah.
Like
What is like the biggest one?
I mean,
Like what
I
comes to
think-
mind?
I think with like so far all of our movies. I mean, like I said, we had been friends since 8th grade, but he had been doing from Robert to Aftermath was before I was involved in any of them. I just was a viewer at that time. But up from everything he's done, it's always been genre. So it's been horror and action. It's never
Yeah.
he's never done like a father-son relationship, like a drama kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's always been genre movies. So I feel like with those, a lot of the time, the main goal, and it kind of has to be, is just entertain. Horror movie,
Yeah.
just scare. You know what I mean? So it's like, and then you kind of lace in the experiences from your life and all that stuff. So like, Man in the Mask, like it's not really a message, but one of the biggest things when we wrote it, we did not want to make Marcus seem like he was like just some stupid oaf. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He has
Yeah.
mental illness and he's a victim. And you know what I mean? Obviously, we didn't go into the backstory because we kind of wanted to leave it up to you. But with like the scene that was like really important to me that I did good on, and I think I did good, was the scene where he has the panic attack.
Oh, yeah.
at his camp,
And
yeah,
then he transitions into the man. And that like, I've had a lot of,
That's when I realized it
Yeah.
was a multiple personality.
yeah.
that means I did good. There we go.
yeah, no.
Oh yeah, sorry. No.
No, I was just gonna say, like when I first came into the studio today and I saw Devin,
they
I
didn't
was
know
like,
I was
"Whoa,
coming
it's the guy from the
I'm
from
like,
the movie."
he's about to kill me.
Yeah, he's about to-
No,
You
I'm
did?
a teddy bear. I'm a nice guy.
No,
He's,
but
yeah,
you're-
he's a big teddy bear. He's
It's like, have you guys watched The Boys?
Yeah.
the boys.
Boys.
I don't think
Literally
I.
one of the best
No.
shows.
It's one of the best shows.
Oh, it's a show,
ever
yeah,
right
yeah.
now.
It's just, it's like, yeah, it's amazing. It's amazing.
It's
I watched it.
it's basically like a whole show about superheroes, but like a really messed up. Like if superheroes actually had consequences.
Oh,
like that,
okay.
it's like that.
Like the character Homelander is like Superman if he actually didn't care about anyone.
Anybody,
Just
yeah.
like
Oh, I think I've seen clips.
Yeah.
Of it.
like it's insane.
Yeah.
The reason I'm bringing it up is because the main superhero in that show, Homelander, whenever his actor isn't acting as Homelander, everyone still feels intimidated by him.
Yeah.
Because he plays the character so well, and he's not much different. There's nothing to make him look different. So when he's having interviews and stuff, people are always just like
Yeah.
intimidated
I
by
noticed-
like,
yeah.
is he gonna
I
like
notice when I
kill
meet
us
people,
all?
when I meet people after they've seen these three, because like I said, in the first two things that I've been involved in, like actual acting roles, not just like random stuff I was doing. I was basically playing a version of myself. So in my movie, I played Dante, who's basically myself, and in his movie, David, I played not David. David's not the movie. I played David. Is basically myself because it was written
Almanac.
for me. So so this one, I was really like, oh, you're not playing Devin at all. You're not playing a version of Devin. You're playing Marcus Williams. Nothing else. So it's like, that's why I was like, it was very. So like I said, if there was like every time, sorry, if there was like a message, it was like, you know, I just didn't want him to seem. I wanted to show him how a lot of the people with mental illness and these disabilities and everything, they're not criminals. They're not.
They're
Not.
They're
And obviously,
that.
whether they do that stuff or not, it's because they need treatment and they're victims. So it's
Yeah.
like that panic attack scene. And like I said, I've dealt with a lot of anxiety. I've had a lot. He's known that as being my best friend. I have had a lot of panic attacks, and I've dealt with like stuff like suicide and stuff before. Well, that got real. Sorry. But so it was like that scene. I was like, I wanted to make sure it felt as real as possible because otherwise you wouldn't buy me as you know what I mean, as Marcus. You could buy me as the man. I'm big scary, like you said, but like as Marcus, I didn't think you would buy me if I didn't do that scene. And as soon as I did it, there's been a few moments like this where I've done a scene, and a lot of time it's just me and him on set. So I did that scene. I look at Miguel, he's like cut, and I look at him on the camera, and he's like just like, you know what I mean?
It's like
There was
Yeah,
a scene in
it's just-
Domino when I find out. I mean, I can say what
You can say it. Domino's been a
It's been a while. I find my best friend in the movie, Michael, who's played by him. I find out he dies, and I think it's like a 2-minute long take of me in the car, and I have to yell and
Yeah,
react.
it records
and
the entire
basically a similar kind of thing. And he's in the front passenger seat,
Yeah, just crunch
in the bottom where your legs go, and he's crunched up trying to get a low angle. And I do it, and I finish, and I'm crying, and I'm in the thing, and then he's like cut, and I look over at him, he's just bawling behind camera, and that was when I was like, oh, I'm good.
wow.
I was like,
No, I was literally
I
like-
did good, yeah.
I was all teary. He's like, "You all right?" I was like, "That was so good."
I never know, you know what I mean? You never know.
Yeah,
with
it
stuff like
really
that.
hit me in the feels.
So, like I said, that I don't know if there's because we're doing genre stuff. I don't know if there's a message. You know what I mean? But there's always something. I think it's more just about delving deep into these characters. That's
Yeah.
more important
Yeah.
to us.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. You played really, really, really well.
Thank you so much. That
I
means
loved your
a lot.
acting.
Yeah, and
Thank you.
speaking of the like you reaching down, you really get some crazy angles. In your
yeah,
films.
you should see me. I'm looking sick.
Some
We have
really
some funny
crazy
behind the
angles.
scenes
Dude,
photos.
you
of
should
my
Do you
see
do
stuff.
behind the scenes?
Huh?
Do you do behind the scenes?
Do I
For this
Like
one,
film?
we have
Oh,
pictures and
absolutely.
stuff.
Yeah. There's people. He records me when I'm on the camera, and then other people take pictures of me. So
Oh.
I'm actually gonna not that long after this. We're gonna release something called the making of, and then
On a
imagine
show.
that.
so you guys are.
Oh,
making
yeah,
it.
I was gonna
Before we
say.
did
And it's gonna
bloopers,
everything's
but
gonna be in there. You're gonna see a bunch of pictures and funny moments and everything. So you're gonna I did
Yeah.
behind the scenes for
Because you
this.
guys do bloopers for your
Yeah,
other
yeah, for-
films.
Oh, absolutely.
too.
But
Yeah,
this
yeah.
one, I kind of had the idea. I was like, bloopers are great. Everyone loves bloopers, but because it's just us, it's all just the stuff. The fact that it's just us two on set is almost just as funny as the people messing up. So it's like,
Yeah.
I have so many funny clips of just us behind the scenes of us, like someone throwing blood or something. Like
Yeah.
so many just goofy things, and also just the filmmaking stuff too. So it's like.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I love the parts like in the blooper videos. There's parts where we're just talking to the actors, not even bloopers, and that's like my favorite stuff.
Yeah, it's just like that's
Yeah.
just like the making of like and
Yeah,
we're
I think
just
that's the
directing
main
and
reason why I still collect Blu-rays is because they have the making of on all the special
The DVDs,
So I'm
yeah.
like, I love that.
Yeah.
So it's like because it's like when you see a movie, there's only one thing you're seeing: the movie. You don't see anything.
Any of the behind the scenes
Yeah.
stuff.
So
scenes, yeah.
especially
Yeah,
if you're
that's
in the
true.
movie, you're only focused on the characters that you're watching and what you're being shown. So it's like when you see that these are just people just expressing themselves and messing up and doing. I love that. So
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely.
Yeah, and I do my absolute best not to get hurt when I get
Oh
the
yeah.
shots.
There's been times.
Because there's been times where
Oh.
I'm like even just action stuff because you see a lot of action stuff.
Yeah.
Like, running if I'm doing
Oh, 'cause
this and
you're
I don't
running
look where I'm going
backwards.
or I'm going backwards, yeah, because they're coming at you.
Yeah.
If I fall just the wrong way or like step the wrong way, that's it. Like I break my ankle or like something bad is gonna happen.
Yeah.
I
Or the
drop
camera, too, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's his thing. I fall. He's like, "Is the camera okay?" I'm
Yeah,
like,
there's two times that come to my head where we both fell holding the camera.
Oh.
Mine was worse.
"Yours was way worse."
I had to do a side. It was just for like a random. We were at a location. We were location scouting for Domino. I was like,
In-
let me
in
just
the
film
Headlands?
in the Headlands. I was like, let me just film a video. I was like, let me just film a fight scene. The video is literally called a very pointless fight scene.
Okay.
And it was me and Miguel and Flash, our friend, or Julian, and
I'm calling Flash.
Flash. There we go.
Shout out to Flash.
Shout out to Flash. And there was a shot where it was like the last shot we got, and I was running. I had to run to the side, and they're up there, and I had to run to the side. So I was looking at them.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't realize there was a hole that was about 2.5 feet deep that I just stepped into, and
Running this.
And
way,
this
too.
is the thing: if I had broken my ankle, that would have delayed Domino, bus, everything.
We probably would have made Man in the Match.
Oh,
Like it
no.
really would have messed everything.
It
up.
was like that, and it's all on camera. The camera kept recording. So at the end of the video, it says. It shows me that I'm just like, ow, because it just hurts so much. And then in Domino, there's one where he has to back up and he falls into a bush. Luckily, he was okay. But
Yeah, I fell into it, but it didn't really hurt. It was just like it poked.
yeah, it's a nerve wracking on set.
His
There's a
was
lot
worse.
of stuff we do because, like you said, there's action and we do stunts and stuff. But
You guys use guns in this.
yeah,
in
yeah,
this too.
I'm happy all of them are fake.
Yeah,
Yeah.
me too.
And
Thank
the
God.
thing is, like a lot of times with like airsoft and stuff, you could put BBs in it and mimic that stuff, but we never do that, so we don't have to worry about like someone getting shot by a BB or anything. Like
Yeah.
that.
yeah,
So it's all-
and our actors are obviously our friends, and you're not friends are. They're just like,
Yeah.
yeah, like, hey, look at me, and then they just.
And there's
gonna
been
kill
times
each
where
other.
we've been on set where we had to actually not get mad, but because like you guys were talking about this in last interview, all of us are minorities, and it sucks that it's the truth, but it is the truth.
Yeah.
So
I
it's
mean,
like we have to be careful, you know what I mean? It's
Stuff
like-
that we have,
and we've
yeah.
had the cops called on us many
bunch of
many
times, yeah.
times and stuff, and not even
Oh, you
with
have?
guns.
Wait,
Not
really?
even-
Yeah, but what was that like?
Yeah.
we have stories.
Uh,
but we can mention the one for the hide
Yeah,
and seek poster. That one.
We'll do the poster because that makes no sense.
Yeah, that
so
one was the
hide and
crazy
seek
one.
poster was the main guy. His name is Alex Sullivan. Shout out to Alex, and
Plays
he's
Aiden.
he plays Aiden. And the poster is him doing this, and behind him you can see him with the knife and everything. So we took the picture. Like 30 minutes later, we went to my car around the block, and then we sat against my car. I was editing the picture, putting the text on it and everything. Alex was standing right here, and Devin was standing right here. He was holding like a clothing
Yeah.
rack
So
thing.
keep in mind, right? So this is we just moved recently, but this is at my old house in Santa Benicia. Right next to my house, there's an alleyway to a park, like right next to my house. So we take the pictures of the park. We're right across the street from my house.
Oh, I know where that is.
Yeah, yeah, okay. So we're right across the street from my house. It was we're standing in front of Miguel's car. It's like 7 o'clock. It was
'cause it
winter,
was-
so it got dark early, but it was 7 o'clock. And on the way out of the park, I found out that it was like, you know, the thing you put in your closet to hang up, like the closet stick, basically.
That
It was like,
rack you-
Oh,
we were
hanger?
just in the sandbox at the park, and I was just like, you know,
No, the long stick.
yeah,
right?
the long stick.
Yeah,
and it was
that
just
wooden
in the
one.
one of
sandbox.
those.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was
yeah,
in the
yeah.
sandbox, and I just picked it up because I'm a child, and I just started walking with it, and then him and Alex were standing on Miguel's, like leaning on Miguel's car. Miguel's editing the thing. Alex was on his phone, and I'm just standing like slightly into the street, but I know my neighborhood better than anyone, so I know I'm not gonna get hit. I'm far enough away from the thing where if a car's coming fast, I could still move, stuff like that. You know, what I mean? I know all of my neighbors, everything.
And then he was just doing this.
Yeah,
I swear he was just doing this. And then a car drove by. A bunch of them did it. They all drove by and like looked and then just kept driving. They like kind of stopped, and we were like, "That's weird." And then out of nowhere, was it 2?
No, so we're and we're like I said, we're. When it's like action scenes, I could, even though it's clear that there's like 5 people with cameras and everything, I could kind of see how someone could call the cops. Even though it's a little bit ridiculous, you could still, that's not completely unbelievable. You know what I mean? But when we're standing, he's on his phone, we're just having a conversation. I'm just twirling a stick in the middle of the street like an idiot and just messing around.
Yeah.
We're 2 feet away from my house and we're just chilling. And then we get, one sheriff comes down.
Yeah, it drives right past us. We're like, oh, cool. And then in the back of my head, every time I see a sheriff, a cop, I'm like, don't turn around. And then
just a
all
thought,
we hear is just, and I'm like, and then we out of nowhere the spotlight turns on, and we're like, oh my god. And
I immediately dropped the stick because, like
He
you said
dropped
last
the
time,
stick.
the rule
Was this during the day?
No,
No, at night.
it was at night.
night,
Oh.
but it was like 7 o'clock at night. It was winter, so it was got dark.
It was
early.
dark,
7
yeah.
o'clock, right across from my house. So we're like, oh god, here we go. And then so I dropped the stick. I go up against the car with Alex. Obviously, not like against the car like that, but just
we're
against
just
the
leaning
car.
against it, yeah.
And the guy spotlight on us, and we're like,
We're like, great, here
we
we
have
go.
the same reaction every time because we're just like, once we explain it, we know we're gonna be fine, or we don't know, but we hope we're gonna be fine. So it's like, but there's still that, all of us have that. Well, not Alex because he is white.
He's white,
but
yeah.
and he knows that.
He knows that, yeah, he's good.
But we both have that fear for it, because we've had bad experiences with the police in the past and stuff. So my mom still doesn't know that if she's watching this, she was inside while this was happening. If she's watching it, she's gonna get so mad.
That's it. No, that's it. You gotta say it now.
Well, it's fine. So he comes up and he's like, "Hey, fellas, what are we doing?" They always have to say. They always say
Everything.
the
What are we doing? I'm
like, gentlemen. I'm like, well, here we go. And we're just like, oh yeah, we were just taking poster pictures for our short film. And
yeah, I'm literally like, I'm editing them right now.
Yeah.
And I even showed it to him. He was like,
Yeah.
cool. Can I see my ID? I was like,
Oh,
Well,
my God.
before he even said that,
before he even said the
Oh
ID
my
thing, he
God.
said, and I was like, "Is everything all right?" And he was like, "Yeah." So we just got a call, and this is what he said. And this is what he said. It. I was like, "Wow, it's really like that." He said, 2 kids, a bigger guy and a shorter guy, were about to beat up on another kid with a big stick, and it was going to be a brawl.
Wow.
I
was
We
so
could
mad.
leave
That
it up
is
to you to who he was talking about, who was going to beat
Yeah,
up people.
now that you know
was
who,
gonna get
now
beat
that we
up.
told you about Alex, now you can kind of guess. Like,
Okay, yeah,
So
yeah.
he said that, and I was like, "Officer, these are all my friends. I live right there." I'm so happy the blinds were closed because my mom would have came out and got so.
yeah, she would've
Oh
been so
my
mad.
gosh! But
Yeah, and then
so we
ID
explained
does.
everything, and then he was like, and then you would expect it. We would explain that, and you would expect him to be like, "Okay, cool, leave." He asked for our ID. That's not only illegal, it's also not right morally, right? Because
Yeah.
there's no probable cause for anything.
Yeah.
And he also said he sees the stick on the ground because they thought he was going to beat him up with a stick. He was
Yeah.
like, "Oh, that's the thing for a closet." And I was like, "Yeah, I just found it at the park." He was like, and then he still asked us for ID, and then me and Miguel just
So
because
Alex,
we don't want to cause problems, we just give
Yeah.
it to him. And
he's
then,
like, "Can I see some ID?" Alex immediately, and me and Devin were just like,
"Ugh, whatever." And then he goes to the car, puts us in the system, like I assume, check if we have a record or warrants or
Yeah,
anything.
absolutely.
Because even if we, well, not a warrant, but even if we had a record, it doesn't matter because
yeah, because
we weren't doing anything.
yeah,
And then there's another that during that conversation, another sheriff pulls up and he has his baton out ready, and then he puts it away. Obviously knows that we're not fighting or anything, but. And then he IDs us. He's like, "Okay, you guys are good." And it's so funny. They always, once they realize we're doing like short, they always try to be nice and
After?
like they're always like, "Oh, what's a short film about?" I'm like, "Dog, you just illegally searched me. I don't know what you're talking." And it's like,
Yeah.
it's not a.
they try to be cool. Like, no, you
and it's
should
like,
approach
and
me
we've
like
also,
that.
and the good thing, I want to say, we've also had a lot of great experiences with police. too.
Absolutely, yeah. And
Like
not
we were
just
filming
negative.
for Men in the Mask when we were doing the chase at the end. A cop was driving by because where he was on patrol, and he was
Yeah.
just like, "Hey guys, what are you doing?" We're like, "Oh, we're doing a short film." He's like, "Awesome, keep up the like
Good work, and then drove off.
And
He
so,
didn't ask
like,
us for anything.
So it's not a matter of like it happens all the time, but it definitely is in the minority when a cop gets called on us and they're nice. You know what I mean? Well, they're all where they're not assuming that
Especially
violence is
sheriffs.
Yeah.
I feel like sheriffs here, because I've had experiences with sheriffs getting called on us just for like small things.
Yeah.
Like there was a time when I was chilling out in my car in the Civic Center.
Yeah, that's what I remember.
You know that parking lot?
Yeah.
Like me and
Yeah.
my friends were just like in that area. Like it was like later at night, but we had just gotten back from watching Alita Battle Angel. I don't know if you guys ever
a
watched
great
that.
movie.
That was a good movie.
I didn't see it, but I saw it.
Yeah, Alita Battle Angel.
directed that.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, great movie. But one of my friends, she started having like this she had like this little like respiratory problem, so we're like, oh crap, let's like pull out, let's make sure that she's okay. While we're in there, we're like the only other car there. The sheriff comes all of a sudden behind us and flashes their lights. As soon as they flash their lights, it's like, what? Something's going on.
Yeah, we've had a lot. Like there was an experience. Like I don't want to tell another super long story, but there was an experience on my movie Bus where there's an abandoned school by my house. There's a marsh and there's an abandoned school. It's really nice. Really.
Oh, I know it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I live near there.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you do?
I've lived there my entire life. We just moved recently, but so we were filming. All the scene was supposed to take place on the roof of the abandoned school. So we asked because if it's broken, we don't want to stand on it and hurt ourselves. So we asked the city. We talked to the people who own like the house or whatever you call it, the zoning or whatever. And we were like, can we film on top of the roof? And they were like, it's legal, but we don't want you to hurt yourself, so we don't advise it or whatever. And we were like, okay, cool.
We didn't.
And then, but instead of filming on the actual school roof, there's like, I don't know how you would explain it. It's like an awning, like at Davidson, there's like the awnings that are metal, completely metal, and there's, you know what I mean? And so we were like, okay, well, let's at least do that. And we brought a ladder. We drove from my house with a ladder on top of the...
We have a picture of me on the car holding the ladder so it doesn't fall. We didn't have the rope.
So we climb up on the thing. And like I said, my mom's black, my dad's white. So I didn't say that, but my mom's black, my dad's white. So every time there's something like at night and it could look a little suspicious, and I'm just keeping it real, we have my Caucasian father there. If the police come, he's like, oh, they're making a movie, leave them alone. The cops are like, sure. And it's like, it's so ridiculous. But anyway, so we're... It's three people. Me, who's acting, Miguel, who's filming, and my co-star, Alex. And we were like, they're going to get called on us eventually. So my dad was there just walking around doing laps.
Yeah, he was just doing laps.
Just ready for the cops to be called. And as it's right by the marsh. And if you live there, you know that people walk on the marsh all the time.
Yeah, I go there too a lot.
It's a beautiful marsh. Three sheriffs come up. 3 different cars show up. 6 sheriffs five of them get out. All of them have their batons.
What?
Dude,
and I'm like, and as we see them pulling up, so we're like, okay, let's get down. And I call my
immediately,
Dad, come here.
Yeah, this is insane.
And we had gotten like 2 minutes into the actual filming.
Yeah, we didn't even film anything. We filmed like
if we had gotten the thing and we were good, I'm like, whatever, we'll get down. But and I'm just like, what would they like? There's nothing that we were even looking like we were doing that would call for 5 officers with baton. You know what I mean?
Did they just go there or someone?
No.
Someone called them.
So apparently some old lady, and they said it was an old lady who was walking by in the marsh with her other friend, said that there was a bunch of kids messing around on top of the thing and roughhousing on top of the roof. And they said a bunch. And it was 3 people. I said 2. I had 3 people. And then we explained it to them, and they were actually more perceptive. Those cops were actually pretty nice.
Yeah.
They were like, because if the cop gets told something and they have to be ready for that, you can't blame them. But it's how you react after we tell you that that's the thing. You know what I mean? So they come and they have batons ready, and we explain it to them. My dad's like, oh, they're doing a movie, and they do the same thing. Oh, what's the movie about? Oh, cool.
Yeah,
We're just like,
every single time.
But they were nice. So, it's just so we get that happens all the time. I don't even know how we got onto this conversation, but because I was talking about.
Well,
we were talking about.
But
we were talking about.
It's important to bring these things up.
Yeah,
because
I love talking about it.
Here in Marin, especially, it's very white dominant. It's dominantly white population here, and there's still so much profiling going on. Like,
absolutely,
I've talked actually with a few of the. We've had we plan on having a show actually with the SRPD here on there.
Awesome.
And there's a couple, and from the Novato PD too. So I've met.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we've met them, and I've met some of the Latino police officers that have worked there, and they seem cool. I mean, I've never gotten arrested or gotten really stopped by the police, but I know a lot of my friends have, and most of the time, like, they have nothing but bad experiences with it, because usually not them doing anything bad. It's just an issue of just profiling, especially when I remember when I was a kid, when my mom was first learning to drive, like the cops would just come up to us all of a sudden and be like, oh, like, where's your license? Like, where's this at? Like, all of a sudden it would just happen. And I'm not, as a kid, I didn't really understand it, but looking back, I'm like, that's really messed up. Why would they do that?
It's mean.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of the problems that we've had, and just a lot of the problems with like all like the profiling, or whether it's for women, minorities, whatever, it's like everything. This is what I kind of inspired me to write the thing about write my movie for Bus, and I've been writing for 5 years, because it was like, when I was before I started writing, I was in 8th grade, and when you're in 8th grade, you kind of know about racism and everything because you're taught about it. And because I'm mixed, I in the same 3 months, I had got pulled over by a cop just for like a traffic stop. One was with my dad, and one was with my older brother. Now my older brother is my half brother, so he is full black and he's dark skinned. And I sat in that car and saw I saw two sheriffs from Santa Benicia, and they treated, and it was for the same thing. They treated my dad and they treated my brother completely different. I don't even know. I think it was my uncle. I don't even know if it was my dad, but I was with somebody white, and they treated them. That was the first time where I was like, because I had stuff in the past and stuff, just growing up, or like I went to Lauderdale, and I don't remember how.
Yeah, I went to Lauderdale too.
Shout out to you, Lion for life.
Yeah.
You would know. I don't know. Well, yeah, you must know. Then Lauderdale was heavily percentage Latin.
Yeah,
there was like 3 black kids in my grade. Everyone else in my grade was Latin. Maybe there was like 4 white kids. Like obviously that's exaggeration, but you know what I mean. So all my friends were Latin. All of them lived in Canal. So I was there, and I had gone through a lot of stuff, but it was never like it was never like you don't really realize it until it's firsthand. So then I saw that, and I was like, oh wow, this is real. And that's when I made a movie where it's like, when I'm with, it's always like when I'm with my white friends, I'm the black one, and I'm with my black friends, I'm the white one. You know what I mean? So it's like,
yeah,
it's an issue
like we just get
like
profiled all. It's just about assumptions.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
I feel like in San Benicio also there's like a heavily amount of cops there. I always see so many
it's so
cops.
diverse. You would, yeah.
That's
why I love Santa Benicia. It's there's a lot of Latin population. There's a lot of Indian and Pakistani
it's
families.
a lot of different.
There's like African.
But then there's a lot of cops over there,
Yeah.
like all the time. I swear, like every week I probably see like 3 cops.
all the time.
Yeah,
they're always there.
Yeah, thank you for talking about this. I think this is definitely a very important issue to bring up. But I did want to move forward I wanted to ask you, Miguel, about so you mentioned that you have a band called the AM.
Oh yeah,
that just started. Tell us a little bit more about that.
The AM is a band I started in freshman year of high school. I went to San Rafael High School for a little bit with my other friends in Devon, and there is where I met my other best friend named Alan Sosa. Shout out to Alan, and Erwin Razo. Shout out to him too. And Erwin knows how to play the drums, so immediately I was like, oh, cool, that's cool. And then I kind of and I already started making beats in middle school, like on GarageBand and stuff. I was really getting into like music stuff. And Alan was back then, he was really good at piano. Like he could play piano really good. He could play When I Was Your Man by Bruno Mars, like the whole thing.
Wow.
And I was like, wow. And he could learn stuff like that.
Oh, wow.
So I was like, I think we might have something here. And I was like, let's try something. And then we like made beats together and stuff. And then eventually I met my other friend named Kimberly. Shout out to Kim. She's not you, but
she's actually in the chat, I think.
She might be.
She's
Yeah.
also in Man in the Mask too.
Kimberly Alcantara.
She actually's in it. Yeah, she's the one with the throat slit. The throat slit.
And also the one who I hallucinate. I guess that was kind of a leaning towards the schizophrenia thing. Yeah, like I was seeing.
Oh, was that the one that during the scene you like?
Well, yeah, because I see her and we. Yeah. And then I think I'm killing her, and then I'm killing this random kid who's actually played by my nephew Quentin. Shout out to Quentin.
That's the scene that Javier said he really liked.
Yeah, I really love that scene.
Yeah,
I love the build up. The build up to that.
Yeah,
it was really good.
It was really good.
So that was that's Kim. Yeah,
that's Kim. Sorry. That's who Kim is. And she writes. She likes to write poems, and she likes to write just a bunch of stuff. And so I talked to her about like maybe joining me and Erwin and Alan and writing lyrics with me and stuff. And she said it was cool. And then we started writing a song called Late Nights, which is actually out. And that was...
Is it on Spotify?
It's on Spotify, SoundCloud, it's on everything.
Okay.
I've heard it.
And we wrote it together, and then my other friend Elda we were in bio class, and she was like, what are you guys doing? And we were like, oh, we're writing a song. She's like, let me see. And she started reading it. She was like, can I sing? Because she can sing a little, like she likes to sing. And I was like, sure, why not? And then so we had this like group of people that just made this one song. And then from then on, I kind of slowly stopped talking to some other people, like, or to them and everything. And then we slowly started getting smaller. So now it's just me and Kim, but I still produce stuff. And me and Kim just write the lyrics. So right now it's just us two, but we're hopefully gonna add another member to the band who knows how to play like guitar and everything.
Yeah.
So,
awesome.
But so far we've been like
their recent EP is out too. Car Rides to Nowhere. I'm just plugging my best friend, but it's on Spotify.
Yeah, it's
Car Rides
to Nowhere is out. So that's
by the
really
AM.
good. Yeah, my favorite song on there is Mi Amor. You probably maybe.
Oh, yeah, there's a music video too.
There's a music video to that one, and he's in it.
I'm in it.
So, yeah,
I gotta check it out.
Yeah, Iris.
I for that song, if you hear it, it's a very like Los Retros vibes. If you.
That's exactly what I was gonna say.
Yeah, that's exactly.
Is it like Los Retros? Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So.
Anything? Yeah. Go ahead, Kim. Go ahead.
How many songs do you have released?
We did 6 on 2. We have 2 EPs, and we did 6, so 12, I think.
Oh,
yeah, 6 on each, right? Yeah.
Yeah. And I produce most of it. I do like to look for beats also, and like add stuff to them. So I did that as well. So I just like music. I love like music.
Yeah, I love music.
That
too.
comes really in handy with your films.
Oh yeah, it's yeah.
Yeah, I like
Well-
I learned how to like mix a little bit. Just,
Yeah.
you know, maybe you're probably way better than me, but I kind of like
Just to compliment
a
my
little bit.
friend a little bit, when for Bus we needed just some beats in the background of a party scene, and it was like I could just go online, look for a free beat, download whatever. But I was like, Miguel, can you just throw something together? He made like 4 beats in like an hour, and
Oh,
they're,
wow.
they're
Yeah, I just
and
cooked them
didn't
up.
I
even
mean, I
need
have a-
that many, but it was
Yeah.
just like
yeah.
so. Yeah, like you said, it comes in so much handy.
Yeah, for sure. So yeah. So the AM
Yeah.
is something I've been working on. As
Yeah.
well. And obviously I have that going in film, so I'm kind of trying to like balance the two, but I never get too overwhelmed about it.
yeah,
It's a good-
because it's fun. You like it.
And
That's why.
speaking of music, in Domino, if I remember correctly, you used a song by.
Oh,
by one of your
Trey.
friends.
Austin,
Yeah,
shout
by
out
one
to
of your
Trey.
friends,
He actually
yeah.
released a new song today. It's called Big Lie, I think.
We were listening to it on the way.
We were
in the
literally
car.
listening
It's
to it
good,
on the way
yeah.
over here. And yeah, I used this song in the scene where they actually are right out
Yeah,
in
yeah.
the liquor store. He's a really good artist. He's from LA, so I think he's there now, but he comes over here to the Bay Area all the time. So
How'd you connect with him?
so remember when I said I used to go to San Rafael? I actually ended up going to Madrone junior year
Oh,
and
okay.
senior year. I was there, and that's why I met him. He was there. He was like,
Oh.
"Oh, what's up?" I was like, "Oh, hi, nice to meet you." He's like, "Oh, I'm Trey." I'm like, "Oh, Miguel," and then hit it off.
That's where you guys hit it
immediately,
off.
yeah,
Gotcha.
Yeah, and we're probably going to work with him in the future. 'cause
Absolutely,
He was,
yeah.
did he say he wants to be in some of them, or
He
just,
said he wants to be in one, but
that's the
I
thing.
kind of want him to come and be in one. But I want to make music with him.
Yeah,
Like I want to
yeah.
make music for a movie with him, like original
Yeah.
music that you hear in the movie, like lyrics and everything. That's him and me, like, you know. And
Yeah.
Dev, I want
Yeah.
Dev to jump on too. Dev raps. So.
yeah?
Oh
That's
wow!
our-
Yeah, I was
I'm
gonna ask
working
if
on, I'm working
he's-
on something.
He's
but
working on
It's not
something.
out right now. We're just
Yeah,
cooking
yeah.
right now.
Yeah.
Are you planning on joining them? Or
I mean,
doing
if
your
they-
own?
I don't know if I will be. I don't know if I have enough musical talent to, because I just don't have that musical ear. I can only just flow and rap. But I don't know if they need me on a song to rap, I'm down. But
There you go.
I just
He'll
know
probably be
if I can.
featured on a lot of
And I
stuff.
can-
But he probably, yeah, I don't know if he
And Miguel thinks I can sing. I think I'm.
I think he can sing. I think he's
Everyone
great.
tells me I
That's
can
why I say
sing
he's
really
gonna
good. I
feature.
don't know if I am, but if
feature
they
on
want me to do whatever,
I gotta connect you guys with there's this underground I mean in Novato there's this I got reached out by these guys who are creating this collective of rappers in Novato.
Cool.
cool.
Let me you
Fire.
guys just reminded me I might just give them your information
Yeah, for
because
sure.
Cool.
you guys could get connected with
I
them.
would love to.
Because that's awesome. I mean, it's personally for me, it's so cool seeing like you guys' films and just seeing like Marin. You know, because
Thank you, yeah.
Marin's such a beautiful place.
Absolutely.
Like, I have to say that because I went to LA like 2 weekends ago. It was horrible. LA sucks.
Shout out to LA.
LA sucks.
out
man.
to
I'm
LA.
sorry, but like downtown LA
Wow.
is a disaster.
Oh yeah.
It is like completely dirty. It's super unsafe to walk at night. Like
Yeah.
there's always some guy trying to mug you or some guy trying
Oh.
to start something.
Yeah.
I'm just like,
Did
this
someone
doesn't
try
happen.
to mug you?
Yeah, multiple
real?
times.
Oh, wow.
I was like,
That
Wow.
sucks. I'm sorry.
I was like
Sorry
out
to
there.
hear
Yeah.
Well, it's because me and my group of friends were all Latino, and then I guess that always causes them to think that
Yeah,
we're
just-
part of something. Or
Yeah.
something.
Oh yeah.
Profiling, like you
Oh,
said.
wow, that's-
Yeah,
Sometimes-
profiling. That's profiling.
And like
Not
yeah,
just cops.
I feel like Marin. One thing, like anyone who doesn't know Marin, but they have heard of Marin, they just think it because it is statistically one of the richest counties in the country. So it's
Oh, yeah.
like they just think, oh, rich. white.
Everyone's
And it's
rich
like-
there.
Yeah,
It's like
everyone's rich.
that's the one thing I love about growing up in Marin in general, but San Rafael especially.
Yeah.
I think San Rafael has like there's places in San Rafael where I don't want to walk at night. You know what I mean? I've gotten jumped before, a lot of stuff. So it's like
Yeah, it's not like
so it's
complete.
But so we want to show, and it's also so diverse. San Rafael's so diverse.
Yeah.
So it's like, and obviously it's still mostly white, but there's a lot of black families, there's a lot of
Yeah.
Latinos, and
the
it's
fact
like
that 10 minutes from here, there's a park, China Camp.
Yeah.
And it's beautiful.
Beautiful.
It's insane.
The fact
and
that I
we're
used-
in the city. Like
yeah,
we're
it-
right in the
and we're
middle.
close to SF.
yeah,
Yeah,
and
and
we
we're
wanted
close
to
to
show that, and that's why when we're coming with locations, like there's been places we've reused, but we're like every movie we're like, what can we show this time? So we had never done Santa Venetia before, and then we did hide and seek. Well, he did Santa Venetia kind of, but then we did hide and seek, and he was like, oh, let's really just make it up in Santa
in Santa Venetia.
Oh wow, I
all
love
of hide and seek
that.
is in
Yeah.
Santa Venetia, and Black and Red is mostly in Santa Venetia.
Mostly in Santa Venetia. We
And
showed a
then-
little bit of. We finally we were going to try to use the school, Santa Fe,
Yeah.
and we did. It's when they run in, they're like, "What are we supposed
Yeah.
to do?" And they just
Yeah.
run off. That's
Yeah.
like
And-
our little use of that, I guess.
Yeah, and we've been talking to the principal. We're gonna try to film a scene at night with the football lights on the field.
Yeah.
But-
Oh,
Hopefully,
that's awesome.
hopefully.
yeah.
We'll
And
see.
he was like, "Oh,
It's
cool."
gonna look
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, so we definitely like showcasing how cool Marin is, and
Yeah.
in Novato. I mean, before, like I said, he lived. I had never moved before. I lived in Santa Venetia, but he lived in Novato. So throughout the movies, there's so many dope places in Novato.
Yeah.
He just knows, like above his old house and everything. Like,
Yeah.
so many dope places. So
Very
you know.
beautiful.
And it's also important to have variety. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Because, like,
absolutely.
if someone says, "Oh, that acting in that scene wasn't good," but they at least looked nice, I'll be like, "Oh, cool, thank
Cool.
you."
Thank
Partial
you. Got something.
compliment.
Got something.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I mean?
Okay,
Yeah.
we have like 2 minutes left.
No.
We have 1 minute left.
3 minutes,
Is there
please.
anything you guys quickly want to say? I know we can keep going on with
I know
this.
this is awesome.
I would love to keep going
But-
forever.
The whole day.
I mean,
Go ahead.
I'll let you finish, but I just watch Man in the Mask. This is one that I'm
Yes.
really, really proud of.
Yeah.
It's in the
Yeah.
description of
It's
the
in-
live
oh,
stream.
thank
Hey,
you so
there
much.
you go. So
Yeah, so check that out.
Check
I'm
out
really
Man in the
proud of it.
Mask. Devin did absolutely fantastic.
Thank you so
He always does his absolute best, but the fact that we were able to make something really special here, I think.
Thank you. And the fact that you guys believed me as that character.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
fact that
no,
you guys.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
like I said, it was the
Fantastic.
first time I wasn't doing myself. So
Mhm.
I'm really thankful that you guys, you know, I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm happy. So check it out. And also just check out Miguel's stuff. The guy's dope. You know what I
And
mean?
check
Yeah.
out Devin's stuff too. Yes.
Yeah.
Please
Yeah.
check out Devin's stuff.
Thank you. But yeah,
Okay.
Miguel's dope. Let's move it back to Miguel. I don't want to talk
Like
about
you.
me.
All right, let's go.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you everyone for watching the show. Join us next week.
Yeah, we're gonna have Sally Newsome from Wellify Teen to talk to us about some resources for mental health here in Marin
Oh,
County.
cool.
Nice.
So look forward to that. But thank you both for being on today.
Thank you
You
guys
guys
for
are incredible.
Yeah,
the
thank
fact
you.
that you didn't even
Thank
know
you
I was
guys.
gonna be here. And
Yeah,
you
the
guys
fact that
made
you guys didn't even know he was gonna. I was
super
gonna bring
dope.
him, and you let him on.
Oh
Thank
yeah,
you
we
so
didn't even
much.
know he
Yeah,
was
I
gonna
wasn't-
be on.
yeah.
I don't think we mentioned that, but I was just here to be a supportive friend.
Yeah, he was gonna
It
sit
just
right
like,
back
oh,
there.
it's him. And I was like,
You did amazing though. You guys
Thank
both
you.
did amazing.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
We didn't talk as much as we. I mean, we did, but we didn't
We did.
ramble.
We did, but it's okay.
But they said it was good though, so it's okay.
Oh, it's fine. Yeah,
yeah.
absolutely.
It's okay.
And we
like
would love to come
rambling.
back, and
Yeah.
we love that you guys have us. Thank you
Yeah,
so much.
thank you so
It's
much.
Thank
Really
you all.
appreciate it.
And also,
Alright.
shout out to you guys. You guys are doing a lot.
You guys are
Hey,
awesome.
hey,
Yeah,
I don't
you
know how
guys-
much
yeah.
time we have left,
Yeah.
but you guys are doing dope stuff, and the fact that there's
I think
people,
we're-
we have
we're
to cut
good.
it off.
We're good,
Never
we're
mind.
Yeah, we're good.
Bye. Yeah.
Oh, they ended it.
Well,
Okay,
it's for
thank you
guys.
everyone for
Yay.
watching. Bye.
Bye bye.